Morning, guys. This is Alex. Just wanted to make a quick video. I got a couple questions, and then I have a topic I want to talk about as well, and then I have another thing I want to talk about too. So about 3 things. So first thing is it's kind of the two of them are together, but anyway, what do you guys do for if you're YouTubing or filming or something? And I have an iPhone and I have a MacBook, and neither of them seem to have great storage. So I'm using iMovie, and I don't know what I need to do, if I need to get like an external hard drive. But to export from iMovie, I have to, I save it in iMovie, and then it's, saves as a project, and then I export it to my desktop. I save it to my computer. That way I can upload it to YouTube. But half the time, I can't do long videos. I can't do long videos because, which I'm okay with, but I have no memory. I don't have enough space to save it to my computer. So what do you save it to? External hard drive, or what do? Do I need to get another computer that actually has more RAM? I don't really know what to do. And then that leads into my second thing is I was making room on my computer, and somehow it deleted files off of my GoPro, because I had my SD card in my computer. So somehow it deleted that, and now the video I was gonna put out on an application called Lawn Starter, the footage I didn't have any footage of me mowing, but I had footage of the property and footage of me explaining. Now I'm gonna have to redo it with just photographs that I have, off of my iPhone. So that's kind of annoying. So if I had enough room to export it, I wouldn't have had to delete some files on my computer, and then it wouldn't have accidentally deleted. So what the heck, what do you guys do, to upload these, files and whatnot, to upload these videos? So let me know, what you think. What do you think? What am I doing? It almost makes me not even want to use this GoPro and just use my iPhone, but then I'm going to be in the same situation. So yeah, just let me know. And then my third topic is kind of work-life balance. So I have two kids, a beautiful wife, a house, 2 cars, a trailer, a bunch of mowers, a couple weed eaters, 2 project cars, which I'll probably get to that in a later video about what's going on with that. But anyway, so I decided to start my company. That way I can have more of a work-life balance, and I'll be, you're always kind of working when you have a business, but you can kind of work from home, do your paperwork, that kind of thing. Going up a hill, if you guys are wondering what that noise is, it's my CVT. It's freaking getting it. About to get it. Thing gets it. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so I wanted more work-life balance. I was working about 40-50 hours, but I was always kind of tired because I had to wake up super early, and I was working for a spraying company. Pretty good job if you like messing with chemicals and stuff. Pretty good place. And then I kind of got nothing wrong with that. Sorry, there's lots of things that I'm driving. So nothing wrong with that company or anything. But I just kind of got tired of, certain things I wanted to get done and wasn't getting done. Like, I had to just do a bunch of stuff myself, which is the old saying, if you need something done, do it yourself. But I'm pulling up to get coffee. I'll catch you in a sec. Got my coffee, guys. Oh, it's pretty good. I'm happy again. I got my coffee. Just kidding. Just kidding, but for real. I love when people say that. Just kidding, but for real. But anyways, dang, that light was short. Couldn't even make it. Oh well, not in a rush. Or am I? Just kidding. I'm not, but for real. Alright. But anyways, I like that job. You know, you got to drive a cool truck, spray lawns. Wasn't that hard. Wasn't easy, but wasn't hard. There was a lot of paperwork you had to do, but it just wasn't giving me the amount of time that I was spending, you know, doing paperwork and other little things and filling up the truck and little things like that. And you know, I wouldn't go out and, you know, spray a lawn as fast as I physically could. I'd spray it the right way. That way I wouldn't have to go back and I have a happier customer. You know, I wasn't taking my time, but I wasn't rushing. And then if you know, a chemical I was using, if it didn't treat a specific weed, you know, the customer is paying for that specific weed, you know, to be treated. So I would spot treat that as well. So all that kind of adds up, you know, in the time, with the time factor. But anyway, I just would do the best I could do, you know, each and every day. And then I wouldn't get the amount, you know, of stops that other people were doing, which is okay, because I'm not, you know, trying to compete. But I just did the math, and then I just started to do my business. I just started my business and then was doing that on the side. And then I did that until... Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick interjection. This is me about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I got hired to mow a 1 acre field that was overgrown. So this thing is, it was over my head, and I'm just blasting it side discharge with my push mower. That's all I had at the time. So it took me about 2 days to complete, and it wasn't really worth the money, but I learned a pretty good lesson. But long story short, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. And I just wanted to interject. So what I was saying is, basically, at the company I was at, you didn't really, I mean, you did get rewarded for good work and making the customer happy, but you got more monetarily, you got more money if you did more lawns. So you ultimately, you know, can do good. And I did move up in the company, So that was nice. But to me, a person that's doing a lot more, making a customer a lot happier, you know, and only spraying 25, 30 lawns a day, as opposed to someone spraying 40, 50 lawns a day, and then you have a lot of callbacks, that kind of thing. So that's my main takeaway from that. So that's why at my company I focus not on the amount of lawns and the amount of money that I can make per day, but I want to make sure my customer's happy. Um, that way they'll tell their friends, and then everyone around town sees my work and they know I do a quality job. So, thank you guys. Sorry for the interjection. I just wanted to be clear. I made the amount of money that I needed to make the jump, and then I just made the jump. And I've been doing this for about 2.5 years now. So, it's definitely doable if you do it. And I don't really mow that many, a crazy amount of properties. Some people do 20 stops a day, that kind of thing. I'm not really doing that. I'm going more after quality as opposed to quantity, and I'm trying to, do the best I can. But anyway, that's why I started my business, and I like, being outside, so that's another thing. And then I also wanted more time with my family, so I can get home earlier, and I'm spending more quality time. I'm not, passing out on the couch and being super tired all the time and trying to help. And then also with mowing lawns, you seem to have, less complaints, because a person knows that the grass is going to grow and you're there. They hire you to cut it. But someone who's treating properties, which I'm not against treating properties, but someone who's treating properties, that customer is paying you to get rid of the weeds. So they want a weed-free yard. So when weeds pop up, they think your chemical is not working, but you're dealing with nature, so nothing works as well as nature. Synthetic chemicals will never really compete. It will never get rid of weeds. It'll just make them not be there while you're spraying. And the minute that spray wears off, or you missed one little spot, there's going to be weeds right there. It's just how things are in the world. But anyway, that's why I kind of did my thing, and then I got some hobbies I try to do on the side, and I'm getting older, so some of my hobbies are changing. I'm doing more family orientated, things like that. And yeah, that's basically it. So my saying is, do what you got to do for your family. If you got 5 kids, you need to be out there working, making a living, that kind of thing. Everyone's got to make a living. I'm not for people who are mooching off, stuff. And, it's one thing to need help, but it's another thing to be a mooch. But anyway, just try to have some work-life balance. It's not all about the dollar, Things will come and go. Machines break, and you gotta fix them. Nothing man-made is gonna last. So just remember that, and don't chase objects. try to chase your dreams, you know, and make your life worth living, and kind of have stuff that's important. You know, like money is not more important than time with your kid. Even if you're changing a diaper, you'll never be able to change that diaper again, right? So just remember those little things, you know. And this is why I wanted to document on YouTube what's going on in my life, you know, in 2024, and with my family and the stuff that I like. That way my kids and their kids can look back and know who I am. I never knew my relatives. I don't know, my great-great-grandpa's name. You know what I mean? So that's not, I think that's something we can kind of work towards changing, and know, how things were. Because ultimately, there's nothing new in the world, and you got to learn from whether it's YouTube or the internet, or maybe your grandpa's teaching you how to, use a grinder, a cutoff wheel. There's a certain way to use a cutoff wheel, So there's a certain way to use a chainsaw. You don't, I'd always advise to say, you don't use a chainsaw left-handed. They don't make, to my knowledge, a left-handed chainsaw. So there's things that we can learn. So that's one reason why, I started my channel. And I wanted to give some tips and tricks and kind of things, how I do things, if that makes sense. Not necessarily if it's right. Like, I don't use a guard on my trimmer. That's not right, but it's what works for me. So I'll also give you a couple shots of a couple properties today, and maybe throw in some photos of ones I've cut, so you can see kind of how the Hustler Trimstar is working. So thank you guys. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Bye-bye. Here's one lawn I do. Check out the edge there. Looks pretty good. Yeah, this one is a push mow.